Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I will be talking about visitor visa. I know many people has been asking me, what makes a good visitor visa application? So in this video, I will give you details, things that you need to know before you submit your application. I've gotten a lot of calls from people who have applied for visitor visa to come to Canada, telling me that, oh, my visitor visa has been refused. They paid agent a lot of money, to apply for this visitor visa. But the truth of the matter is that the agent will not guarantee you, your application. They will do their best, but the truth is that it's the immigration officer who is going to make the final decision. So it is very important for you sometimes to know what you need, so that even if you're using an agent, you can give them some of these informations to help them submit a good visitor visa application. So number one of these things that I want to talk about is one is the invitation. What kind of invitation are you using? Who is giving you this invitation? Most time people will say, oh, let me call my brother in Canada to send me an invitation. Okay, so what are you coming to do to see your brother? Can't your brother go back to Nigeria and see you as well? Your brother can come back to Nigeria and come and see you. So sometimes those kind of invitations are not that strong. Unless your brother is having like a wedding, sure, they can, give you an invitation letter with their own wedding invitation. So you can submit your visitor visa application with that proof, right? But if there is no barrier, there is no wedding, there is no event going on that they're inviting you for, sometimes those visitor visa, those invitation doesn't hold water, right? So one of the things that is very important is that you need to have a good invitation letter. One of the way to get an invitation letter is to register for a conference. There is a lot of international conference that is going on in Canada. So you can go to Eventbrite. It's Eventbrite, EVENTBRITES.com. I hope I got it right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, probably. So go to Eventbrite, then in the search bar, just search for international conference. Look at the conference that interests you, then apply for it, right? Once you apply, ask them for an invitation. Most of these events will even specify that they will give you an invitation if you're traveling from outside Canada to come for this event. So why not, right? Apply for another way to get invitation, or like if you're coming as a tourist, right? So there are tourist websites where you can go and actually pay for a tour, all kind of events in Canada. So these things will help you to actually have a strong and reliable invitation letter. So this is one of the things that is really important. This is why most people are being refused, is because their invitation letters are not strong. So think about it in that direction. The second things I want to talk about is where you're staying. If you're coming to Canada, you have not planned for where you're staying, sometimes your visa can be refused because of that. So think about like hotel. If you're coming for an event, book a hotel in almost the same location where they're doing that event. If the event is 4 days, book a 5 days hotel, right? Room, 5 days. If the event is 4 days, or 3 days, you can also book 3 days. That's totally fine. But have a place that you will stay. If you're coming to your brother's wedding, okay, maybe you stay in their house. That is understandable. But if you're coming for like a conference and you don't have a hotel booked, there will be some questions. Okay, why? Like, where are you gonna stay, right? And then they will start looking into your statement of account very deeply. So it's really important you consider that. The third thing that I want to mention is flight. Book your flight. Like, how can you submit visitor visa application without showing like flight itineraries? Like, it doesn't make sense. See, even if like when you're submitting your application, if you go online, one of the ways that they want you to prove that you're coming back is like showing that you have to and fro flight. You need to book going and coming back, like your flight, both return. You need to book that. You need to show immigration that this is my flight to come to Canada and this is my flight to leave. That is actually one of the biggest proof to show that you know what you're leaving Canada after the event. So book your flight. And for some people who are concerned, oh, you know what, if I book my flights um, and then the visa is refused, how am I going to get my money back? Most flight companies, they have insurance. So you can just pay for that small insurance. And if your visa is refused, sure, you can just call them and cancel. You just need to show them the proof, right? And then you call them and cancel. So it's really important when you book your flight. Okay, let's put all those three together. You get an event, the purpose of coming, you get a hotel where you're gonna stay, and you book your flight. Then what else do you need money for in Canada? Just local transportation in Canada. So in Canada, those transportation you need to go from one place to another, and feeding, which will not even cost you more than $1,500, like $1,500. So in that way, if you show like 8 million, 10 million, if you're a Nigerian and you show 10 million proof of fund, there won't be an issue, right? There won't be an issue. But man, if you show 10 million proof of fund and you didn't book your flight, the immigration officer will be thinking, oh, what is flight from Nigeria and come back? And they're like, oh, maybe $6,000. Why? Maybe you can even find a flight for 2,000, right? They'll probably look at first class for you, first class for you, and use it to judge your statement of account. So why not just solve that problem and not find yourself in that situation? You know what I'm saying? So think about it in that direction. So get your flight, get your hotel, pay for the event, and get an invitation letter, and then you're good. Then when you're submitting an application, you're submitting a very strong application. And even if you show like, $5,000, you can convert it to your own currency. If you're from Zimbabwe or South Africa, anywhere you're watching from, you can convert it $5,000, $6,000. You'll be good if you have that state of account, because all you're looking at now is the money you're going to spend inside Canada. You already pay for the hotel, you already pay for the flight, you already pay for the event. You just need money for food and in Canada transportation, right? So something very, very important. Many people's visa application has been denied or refused because of this issue. So another thing is, apart from the flight, the event, the hotel, I always want to tell you that it's good to prove that you're coming back as well with, like, if you have a property, if you have a job, just ask your work to write you a letter. So with these things, you will have a very strong visa application, okay? Please, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Again, I have other videos. That is one of my particular video where I actually shares about, I focus on how to get invitation from Eventbrite. So I showed the website and I went in detail. So please check that out as well. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.